Howdy guys, and welcome to another episode of Keep It Reet. We are here in New Zealand D1NZ at Baypark Stadium with the Team Jenkins boys and Macwalk's Fanga Dan's old VZ Commodore. We're here to compete and have some fun and see if we can get a hang of this thing, because if you watched last video, we had some drummies, but you know, we're fixing them up today. We're gonna have them all sorted. We're here nice and early. It's 8 AM right now. Haven't even had my coffee because they wouldn't let me in there.
We got denied.
I'm getting hangry. Coffee hangry, if that's a thing. Quick thank you to sponsors Zoo Performance, VZ, and VZ Nova NZ, and of course Mac for lending the car. He's currently working away, getting this caster sorted, because yesterday the steering was all over the shop. It wouldn't return, so we've got a bang bulk caster in there, so she's nice and snappy like the Wagoon. She's got plenty of grip with those ZEC Novas. Yesterday's conditions were all over the shop, so today we've got the sun out, so hopefully have some sort of consistency and I can get comfortable in this thing. First time with sequential, first time with a vertical handbrake, and seating positions a little bit fanky. First time in a Commodore drafting. Ain't no AU.
Bit of a difficult track, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very tight out there, and I did not expect how much camber on the corner. So if you don't know the track, we've got a big wall, and then it has like a teardrop and it comes back onto the wall. It's very tight, it's very slippery if it gets wet at all in that teardrop. That's why you see there's a bit of dirt here. We had a little bit of a spin there, and we're just trying to get comfortable with this thing, and yeah, it was just too sketch, so we parked it up. We only got 2 laps. We were literally one of the last ones to go out by the time we got this thing sorted yesterday. Hopefully better things today and we can get comfortable. Hope you enjoy.
Let me out the drive, but I came back. Boy, you gotta know we don't play that. Boy, you gotta know we don't play that. I've been laying low, I had to stay back. Can't check me, nah, you can't check me. No offhand, that boy was born lefty. Crunch time's about how you move when you tired, but be careful putting fuel on the fire, cause you the one that's gotta live behind decisions you chose. Peaks feel good, but those valleys get low. Chains for the tires in the rain, hail, snow. It's like that everywhere that you go.
First practice, it's started spinning a little bit. I got a few cars ahead, so yeah, hopefully it's not too patchy or greasy or something weird out there, and we can start to get used to this thing. But no matter what happens, we'll be getting on the beers tomorrow night. There's no real pressure, there's no stress. You know, if things don't work out, I'm not going to go just going out there uncomfortable. I want to be comfortable. If not, and it's feeling sketch, I'm more than happy to just park her up. We'll just park up, we'll support the Aussies, or at least Jake Jones. We'll be supporting the Aussies and all the boys and the Jenkins, and we'll just have to be getting on the beers early, won't we? But, you know, we want to obviously be comfortable, we want to put on a show for all our fans out there. There's at least one out there, one of the BMX boys over there said, "Hey, going, that's what it's all about. Good vibes and good time, that's it. And get on the beers." brakes locked on and then it snap the axle.
The rear left was locked. Braking axle as well.
Oh yeah, so must have locked. It was actually feeling a fair bit better. Still had to really like reef it around, and it's really washy, and the front end doesn't have a lot in it. Good feel of the power and the grip and the handbrake and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, the pedal box is much like the wagon. Got to really be into it to stop it. There's no booster, and yeah, I don't know what happened. I just went to get back on the power, and it just it snapped, and then I was like, oh, it just screws back in, and yeah, it wasn't letting me go. So. Wasn't letting me get out. I could feel it just pulling me that way, so it's clearly dragging the wheel. So maybe it's something to do with this bias, because I backed off. This is connected to the rear brakes, I think. Or I think it's the rear brake bias, and it might have been something to do with that. I've heard it before, locking pressure into the rear. So it's obviously done something like that, and it's just locking pressure. Because once I got through and they come to pull me out, I just played with this a little bit, and the pedal went soft again, and then they pulled me out of the pits all good, so unlocked it. So I have a really good feeling, something to do with this and the bias going to the rear. So hopefully he's got axles and stuff. I think he uses standard VZ axles. Fanga was saying something about that he swears by him, that even in his Mustang thing over there, he went through all these axles, 1,000 horsepower axles, and he found that the VZ axles are where it's at. So they don't usually break, but if you're going to lock a wheel and dump the clutch at 3,000 RPM, then you're going to get that, I guess. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a bit shattering. Yeah, hopefully we get it done and get it back out there for a few more practice while it's dry.
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll see if anyone else has got a card.
Fanga Dan's got 2 cars sitting over there.
Perfect. Just jump in. Oh, I thought this was for anyone. I'm in your old car, but I thought, your other spare car.
Waiting for a leg there.
They just had a quick call across the ditch to Australia to my boy Marcus McCarthy, my alignment wazard of the wagon down at Traction Tyres. Interrupted his work day, don't care. Yeah, he gave me a couple of tips with this steering. So even though I was feeling a bit better, I still reckon it could be like the Ackerman or too low on the front. There's a few things that it could be. I'm all about my big toe out, especially a knuckle that doesn't have good feel in it. The GK Tech knuckles in the 32 are actually similar, so they just need like heaps of the caster, and we've maxed already, and then bulk toe out. So he reckons we've got it around 10 to 15 mil. I reckon we're just going to crank that another at least 10 mil overall. See if that changes it, and he also reckons just bump the front tyre pressure up might help the feel and the return. And the final thing is we'll just loosen up the rear. It was fairly gripped up on these, and that'll be forcing the front around a bit. Fingers crossed. We have fixed the rear brake locking issue. We just deleted the rear brakes out of the bias. So now the handbrake's just the rear, and we've got 100% front brakes. So this could be a sketchy thing. Some of you probably sitting at home being like, "You're gonna die." I've never had 0 rear brakes before, but I mean, 90% of your braking's supposed to be on the front wheels. So and it feels a bit spongy. It just feels like boosted brakes now. I'm gonna take it easy again, and fingers crossed we can be confident and send it to that wall, or I'll be looking around. Who wants to lend me their car? $50 lend, no guarantee. we can get an actual rundown and kick it on the wall or something. One run. So we're not going for number one, we're going for one run. I can't believe it. I actually felt quite comfy up there. The steering's still a bit shat, but we're going to play with that now. We're going to get rid of these heavy boys, but we're still having some issues. It's getting no lock, or it's just falling to lock and just looping me out, like giving me nothing. And so I don't know if something's going on with the brakes still, because the fronts are currently locked. The car's in the air. I can't twist the wheel. So I don't know if it's actually the brake master now is also cooked. So he's going to have a look now. But yeah, it's really weird. So gonna have a look at that. Gonna have a look at the lock stops, see what we can do about the lock, if the rack's even centered. I'm gonna change front wheels to a lighter front wheel, because that might help. A couple more things, one step at a time, and we might get a full run. One run. That's something. So the lock issue isn't in the rack, it just wasn't actually firing enough. The lock stop was stopping it early, so we've cut probably like 10-15 mil off, so we're gonna get a shat load more lock this way. That'll help not spinning out. We're changing wheels. They felt pretty much the same weight, if not these heavier. I mean, that's what he's driven the car with, so we'll just give it a test. It's not going to change it too much. Got the same tyres, they're a little bit scrubbed in. Try them out, and if we've got time, the pro's just lining up again for more practice, so I'll get this back in, and maybe we'll try that, and then maybe try some tow out again. Perfect, and we fixed the brake. Give him a brake update.
Brakes are good. It's got brakes, better than the last run. I think we just need to bleed all round, eh? But I think we send you out, give them a run, and then bring them in hot, give them a bleed up after that. But that's the best it's felt.
Somebody say what I'm
Because we're making so many improvements to this car. The value is going up and up. We started at 40k, now we're going to be at 80k, I reckon, by the end of it. Right, so I'm here with Fanga, the old owner. There's a few cars ago now. And yeah, come have a chat and say, how you going? How are you going?
Yeah, good mate. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've actually seen this car. It's but yeah, back in 2013, I think was we won a championship in it, which was so cool to be running. It was actually the first non-Nissan chassis to win a championship, and first V8. I think it was way back then. Definitely been some good history.
How good that? So is it good memories or bad memories?
Oh, good memories. You know, like, this car went to Singapore for 9 months. It also podiumed in Formula Drift Singapore as well, 2009 or something like that, when it had a RB30.
RB30?
Yeah, so it started off like, when we built the car originally, no one was really into V8s in the drift scene, and I just looked at it as like a new version of the VL.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, the 26 will, you know, sit in there quite nicely, and so yeah, I love the 26 because I, you know, had 26s in my Laurel. when I first started.
How long you been into it?
20 years now.
20 years?
Over 20 years, yeah.
One of the full OGs, I reckon.
Yeah.
And you've been to Australia a few times?
Yeah, been to Aussie a few times. We won an event at World Time Attack 1 year. You can definitely push it to the end if you want.
I've been through a turn of events, that's for sure. Now I've got Aussie sitting in it, cutting everything up and playing with the steering.
Yeah.
Trying to get a steer right. We're getting there slowly.
Yeah.
But look, you got 2 cars. What's going on here? You got 2 fully built cars. So, running him into walls. What's going on there?
So the white and blue one was Vaughn Gitton's Monster Energy drink car from Formula Drift, and when he, not the year he won the championship, the year before that I think it was, he won Irwindale. They rebuilt the car and then shipped it here, and he did a demo at Leadfoot Festival, and then I became the RTR driver for that car, so it was a pretty cool stepping stone for me, leading the championship, coming into the final round, and we're just going to keep driving. And
right, there's a lot on the line this round, so imagine if we come battle, knock him out in his old car, ruin his championship.
Oh, I know what it does, you know, like I know the lines. That's good.
All the best out there.
Yeah, mate, you too. Take it easy, yeah? Cheers.
He did a lap.
I did a lap. I did 2 laps. Can't believe it. Perfect lap. Scrape this side. Scrape that side.
I saw that after the first one.
No. It feels shat. It's horrible. But we're working with it. From those 2 laps, you can definitely tell there's too much weight over the front wheels. Because it's just, I'm like fighting it. Even around that last corner, I'm like, it wants to just like pull me into the fucking wall. It's a bit of a life or death situation every time I jump in it, but I'm glad we pulled 2 laps together. I can just sort of play with it a little bit, slow it down. I was using a lot of handbrake to settle the thing. And then at the second lap, because I got on the cook, those 2 laps, it gripped it up heaps, and I was just dumping the clutch to get around that, really grippy around that teardrop thing. So, but apart from that, yeah, it sits nice on the wall. Handbrake's washy. It did the job. We can put a qualifying lap down now, semi-comfortably, if it doesn't loop on me, and then try to battle. That'll be fun. Oh yeah. Ooh, I found it. My steering wheel, the missing link. This is why the steering isn't working, because it doesn't have a Nardi Classic. Ooh, the nice Frisch leather.
I brought that all the way.
All the way from Australia. It's got Australia stank. All that hand juice in the lather, ready to run walls. The spacing is gonna probably fuck me over, but the size, it's a good 20-30 mil different. Then this is a 330 mil. This is 350, 355. It's my favourite, and it just means you don't have to muscle it around as much. See if it's not sitting too far off, so I might end up being like this and can't reach it. So we'll try it out. Because it could be the missing link for qualifying. 100-point run. Oh, is that a Nardi? Oh, extra 50 points. 120 points. Feels so nice. Yeah. I think it's gonna work. It doesn't feel that awkward. Alright, so we're here with Jake Jones' car. He's currently taking a chat. The nerves are obviously getting to him. Got qualifying up next. So we're here with the Galore Parts team, Supra, the guys that are looking after this car this weekend, and they're going to give us a quick rundown. If you look at it, you've got a nice big 2J, big old Garrett, plasma, pretty much everything we can, intake manifold and cooler, pamps, etc, etc. Running an electric steering pump with Wisefab, everything underneath. The T92. Apart from some of the rear end stuff, everything up the front's just old E92 Wisefab. You've got a TTI backing up the 2J at the front. Yeah, low boost sitting at about 600 at the moment. At the rears, we can crank it up to around 680-ish.
It may not be Squid's favourite motor.
Yeah,
no, it's not an RV. But, but no, it's going good.
Yeah, he's adjusting. He's getting there. Takes some time.
Winters in the rear.
Winters in the rear.
It's a bit of a push to get it all ready in here, but we're here and it's doing good, so pretty stoked.
We barely
no major dramas this weekend.
Other than the little breather line popping off and a little bit of a torch up, but no, we're all good here. Cleans it all up.
She's fine.
It's good to hear. Looks bloody good out there. So good work, guys. Keep it up.
Alright.
Hopefully get on a podium this weekend.
I reckon.
Yeah, qualifying coming up. Warm up that third gear. I think we're first up, so we've upped the tyre pressure a little bit, so it's a little bit easier. I don't know what the conditions are like in the dark. Yeah, we'll send it. Oh, that's bright. That's too bright. Yeah, now we'll get one safe run and then one send run. Or two send runs, don't know. Can't predict this car. Let's do it.
did it. We qualified last. We put some points on the board, so it wasn't a spin. I just babied that ass. Still got up on the wall, so they like that. So the line wasn't bad, but I really just, just didn't want it to spin out, so I kept it real on the handbrake. Bit of almost a straight line, and just got it. Sat it nice and wide, kicking the shit out of that clutch. It's not liking the grippy boys, so probably got to up that pressure a bit again. But then straight back around, back on the wall. So comfortable with the wall. She's definitely slow. We got points on the board, so that's all that matters. We weren't last. I think we were third last. The Taylor James and Sean Potros, they're like championship contenders, and they've had some major drama, so they didn't have points on the board. So they were actually right down the bottom. So surely they're going to put points, which would put us still third last, which is perfect. That's third place from the bottom. That's it. We did it. I'll still get a trophy for that. I reckon I deserve a trophy for just getting that thing around the track. It should be, let's do everyone qualify in that car. See how you go. I reckon I'd do the best. Anyway, as you can see, bonnet's back up. We're just trying to get the steering to do some sort of self-steering. I think we got rid of the bind, so that the steering column was hitting the headers. We smacked it with a hammer and gave it some clearance. So it looks like we've got no bind on them anymore on the exhaust, but yeah, the self-steering, I'm still just pulling it around everywhere. Isn't it?
Hey, he done a lap. Just flying in the car.
He did a lap. I reckon you jump in and do a lap.
I've driven it before. I've competed in that car before. Way different back then.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on now. We actually just changed some shocks too. So they jumped on Marketplace, got some Munros. That's an Australian brand. They threw them in the back. So we've actually got some. It's not just on bump stops now in the back. So I'm sure that'll help settle the car a little bit. It's just washy as on the handbrake. So little things. It's like baby steps. We're pretty much building a car here in the Pro Championship. Don't care. Now, how'd you go?
84.5, both runs, ran the wall both
like next to each other in the
It was very close.
Yeah, I saw you were like right on each other.
Troy just pipped me with an 86.5, which is his best all year, so stoked for Troy.
That's good.
Been an amazing afternoon, we turned it around. Walls in, walls out, cooked the wheel. Sorry, Troy.
It's going hard. I don't think you've done anything really wrong. You've been running that wall every lap. Smacking Limmy. Every time I walk, I go, get off the pedal a little bit.
We changed the ratio down to get some more legs, but it didn't do anything. Made it faster on the limit. Yeah,
that's all right. Well, I hope you pushed it all the way through. Hopefully you don't come up against me, otherwise there could be some things.
Sorry, Mac. Sorry, Mac.
I hope you like this video. It was, not the most enjoyable for us, but hopefully you enjoyed it on your couch while we're busting ass on this thing. So make sure you give us a like for the, for feeling sorry for us, and subscribe if you want to see more chatness. See you next time.
I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, flow is like water. I'm forced through the fire, I'm feeling like gold.